How's everyone doing today? Counselor's Journey community. I hope that you are all doing well in your journey of private practice, that you are smiling, that you're thriving, you're enjoying the work that you do, and you're helping individuals move forward in their process of healing and recovering. Today, we're going to dive into a Q&A, a question. This is a good one. I like this one. Hey Juan, I'm a group practice owner. This is the second time around. I went from solo to group. It seems that things are getting more and more disorganized. All right, so a lot of nuggets there. It looks like you're a group practice owner. Maybe you tried this before, it worked out or didn't work out. But overall, now you're looking at the big D, disorganization. And that's a common one. Whenever I'm working with consultees, if you will, individuals in private practice looking for a little bit of support, a little bit of help in their journey of private practice, we dive really hard into organizations and systems. So I like to use a very common example. You probably heard it over and over here, and I share it over and over so that it just gets ingrained, almost like the movie Inception, right? Plant a seed in there, and then you'll be able to use it in life. So McDonald's, right? They have a sequence of organization. And it may not be the best burgers or the best X, Y, or Z, but think about, the organization. You drive up there, and if you want to go through the drive-thru, you go through the drive-thru, and you order. And then after you order, you pay. Then after you pay, you receive your food. Right, so that's that typical structure. That's the organization. If they throw it off, we're thrown off. We have a bad experience, if you will. And when things are disorganized, it doesn't feel good. It's like walking into a hotel room and sheets are everywhere, books are everywhere. It looks like a mess. That drops our confidence and makes us feel a little bit ill prepared for the future. So whenever, and this is an insider tip here, if you will, whenever I'm working with a client and consulting, I sit down with them and then I ask them to write down all of their systems that need to be organized. Systems are everything from a client phone call to a client email to communicating with a referral partner to sharing with the community something new that's happening in your practice. All of those should be organized in a very structured manner. I'll give you a mini example, insider tip, if you will, here. So let's say, like, if I sat down with you and I said, how does a client get from, the community to your office? We need to be able to say, okay, these are my streams of organization. Just like that drive-through menu at McDonald's, right? They order, they pay, they get their food. Well, maybe you have a ad out there. That's a Google ad, right? Maybe from the Google ad, it's organized that it clicks and lands on your website. Maybe from your website, you have a call to action that says schedule now or book an appointment. And then they click on that and that takes them to your scheduling page. And then from there, they can see your schedule and book the appointment, and then everything is electronic. So then you accept the appointment, right? We're still going into structure. And then you accept the appointment, and then when you accept it, you can even ask them how you referred. And then they're able to tell you how they referred, but also from the back end, you're able to see that you're getting those clicks from your Google ad. Now, I ran through it pretty quickly there, but there is a step sequence, right? And that step sequence allows us to have a system. It allows us to stay away from disorganization and to be organized. And then it also lets us to have a successful business, because at that point, your system, you could pass it on. If you want to sell the business, you don't need to be a working part of it because you created systems within your business that are working components. Just like, in my watch, there's working components in there. I'm just a user here. Somebody else can put it on and it can be just as effective for them. So that's where, we think long term, we think big picture. We're able to, let's say, sell the practice and you don't have to be a working piece of that puzzle. If you're still a working piece of that puzzle, that may mean that, we're still in that trade component where we don't have necessarily a business, we have more of a trade. Without us, the business goes downhill. So a lot was said there. I hope that it all made sense. Maybe you're able to write some of those nuggets now or rewind the video. As always, subscribe, share this with any counselor in the community that needs a little bit of help, that wants a family to walk with in our trail of private practice, our journey of private practice. Check out the podcast if you are on the treadmill. It gives you a good listen while you're there. Or if you're like me, I love listening to podcasts whenever I'm cleaning the house or deep into the woods, hanging out with just me one-on-one. Thank you as always. Have a beautiful day.